my god, like let me go, oh my god.
So who cares? Why not do your own thing and let them say what they want?
What's up guys, and welcome to the story of how I got into YouTube. Before we get started, if you hear anything nasally or weird or off about my already awful voice, it is because I am deathly sick. And by deathly, I mean like first world problem style deathly, where I have some kind of flu or something, I don't know. You can go ahead and skip feeling sorry for me. The other night, Jay wasn't feeling very well, and he advised me not to swallow his cum because he knew I would get sick. And I was like, I'm not gonna get sick. My immune system is so good. So, for your viewing pleasure, I will advise Red, my editor, to take off any like nasty sounds like me sniffing or me having to go blow my nose or anything like that. But it's up to his discretion. He kind of has the creative license here, so if he wants to leave it in, just take that as an affirmation that he hates you all. Without further ado, let's get into why I started and when I started YouTube. This isn't gonna be perfect, but I'm gonna try to put all of the examples in there of the things that I talk about. I'm just working from memory. I haven't done any research on myself. I feel like my memory is pretty shoddy too, so we'll do our best. You can't lie if you just don't remember it properly, right? I usually don't film videos when I'm sick. I usually just, well, take the week off or something, but when you have an editor and you have to get something to him at a certain time and he just has tomorrow to work on stuff, you kinda are on more of a deadline than if you're just working for yourself. So that's the downside, but I don't know why I'm complaining. I don't have to spend the 2 to 4 hours on editing this particular video, so thank you, Red. Anyway, I don't really know why this topic is so heavily suggested. It's been suggested quite a few times. I think mostly because I feel like people's stories for how they get into YouTube aren't really that interesting, and I feel like mine particularly is like extra not interesting. But then I kind of went through it, and I feel like there are a lot of people who just started following me recently. I feel like the majority of my followers and people who consistently watch my videos are people who just started doing so within the last 3 or 4 years. And occasionally I'll get the people who are like, I'm from the MySpace days, and I'm like, holy fuck, I'm not even from the MySpace days based on how much I remember from that era of my life. But anyway, I thought I would just start from the beginning, from like when I was 16 up until now with my content creation career, because it's no secret I've never had a real job. So let's do it, shall we? So when I was underage, I pretended I was a few years older on MySpace. And what I would do is I would take these like sexually suggestive, probably really illegal pictures. I was never nude or anything. So after MySpace, I decided I wanted to be a professional full-time model, which is obviously just like a decision. When I was really young, what I wanted to do when I grew up is I wanted to be a singer. I'm fucking terrible at singing, and I never really like took any lessons or anything. I wanted also to be a creative writer of fiction pieces, but every time I started writing, I lost passion for it like halfway through. I also, when I was really young, I did like screenplays and stuff like that. So at the point of my high school days, I decided that I just wanted to kind of test the waters in the modeling industry. I felt like it was right for me. I was always into aesthetics and art, but there was nothing that really like held my interest. So I was like, fuck it, I'm young, I can decide to go to college in like a year or two if that's what I really want to do. And right now I'm just gonna like feel it out and kind of see what's up and go on from there. I had really supportive parents who just wanted me to do whatever I wanted with my life. So when I was 18, I took some of my college money and I got fake tits. I was still in high school when I got them fake tits, but I was going to community college, so the only time my high school peers ever saw me with fake tits was like when I did my senior project and when I graduated. Anyway, that's kind of neither here nor there. I knew that I was gonna make back like the 5 to 8 grand that I spent from my college fund with modeling. Somehow I was going to do it, and if not, I would get like a menial job so I could pay for college if I ever did want to go to college. It seems really not well thought out, but this is what I wanted to do, and it was my dream, so I did it. When I started modeling, the first 6 months or so, it was touch and go, and I was just building my portfolio. In the first couple years of my modeling career, like 18, 19, 20, I was traveling all around. I was paying for some shoots to build up my portfolio, and then I was also doing a bunch of paid shoots. I got to the point where I could just like go to any city and I could post on my Model Mayhem page like, hey, I'm coming to this city, does anyone want to shoot? I'm open for bookings, and I would actually get bookings enough to at least pay for the trip, if not make a profit. And I ended up making a pretty decent amount of money on modeling. But like 2 to 3 to 4 years down the line, after being published in a few magazines and deciding I didn't want to be in Playboy, I'll post a link to that video down in the description as to why I didn't go into like nude modeling or Playboy heavily. But I started deciding that it wasn't what I wanted to do with my life. Like, I was fine with with doing it. It wasn't like it was super hard or something, but there were aspects of it that I fucking hated. And when I started getting into the esports community, particularly StarCraft, Jay was really into StarCraft, I was really into StarCraft, and prior to this, Jay and I would play like a ton of World of Warcraft. So my entire life, if you guys don't know, I've always been a gamer, obviously, but I never knew that I could ever put in the time to do anything that would yield any money from gaming. It was just kind of like the behind the scenes thing that I did for fun, like my main hobby. But going back to what I said before, when I got into the esports scene, I was like, wow, there's like streaming and people can actually make money just playing video games and doing what they love. That's fucking amazing. Like previously, I had thought there was either like slim to no chance that you can make money from gaming, and if you did, it would be because you're like a pro gamer, and I didn't want to invest the time into playing only one game and being really good at it, because the funny thing about pro gamers, especially back in the StarCraft days, is a lot of the pro gamers hadn't even played like the most iconic games. They didn't have time for MMORPGs to play with their friends. They were literally just grinding the game, and then on top of that, I'm left-handed, using the mouse right-handed, and I'm relatively new to playing PC games. I've always been a console gamer, so I was like, there's fucking no way, and it's also something that I just don't want to do. But I did follow the esports scene very heavily. I thought about being a caster, and at the same time, I met someone that I idolized who was a caster and had a show on Twitch / Justin TV. It was back then. I think it was like transitioning over to Twitch, and he was telling me that I have a great personality, I have a true passion for gaming, and I would make a great content creator. So a lot of you guys probably don't know this. I actually started out as a full-time model, then as a part-time model who was a Twitch streamer, then I got a YouTube channel. So prior to 2012, which is when I started my Twitch channel, I actually had like, I think in 2009, I had a YouTube channel, which is now my gaming channel, my first channel. That channel had literally no videos on it except for me looking cute in the camera. I'll give you an example here. Of what I used to do. And the reason that I did it was because I hated my voice. If you ever want to like make me feel bad, I know a lot of people like post mean things in the comments to try to make someone feel bad who like they feel is having an easy time, or you know, just like the basic hater shit. Don't ever say that I have a like annoying voice, because I agree. I'll always just like fucking heart your ass. Like if you're like, oh, what a fucking annoying voice, nails on a chalkboard, or she sounds like a man or something. I personally always thought I sounded like a man. So I would make like 2 to 3 at the time of these videos where when I thought I looked really cute, I would just sit there and go like, and not even talk, and it was just like the most vapid, vain thing ever. But I kind of do that still by dressing so nice and looking so nice and dressing so nice. I don't dress nice. Looking so nice and being so aesthetic in my videos, because it's part of the art that I love, and it's part of why I got into modeling in the first place. Because for me, stuff like that, mixing sexuality with things that I love, with modeling, with using my own face and body as a canvas, that's part of my sexual and artistic expression, and it's something that I fucking love. For me, it's not just like, I'm getting money off of like horny guys. It's like really fun for me, and it's something I've always wanted to do with my life. I just didn't exactly know how to channel that. Didn't want to be a porn star. Well, when I was like 15, I wanted to be a porn star, which is a little weird. And then I wanted to be a Playboy Playmate, but then, you know, my mind kicked in and I realized why I didn't want to do that. Again, link in the description for that video. My face is so hot. I think I have a fever. Jesus. Anyway, so I started streaming on Twitch, and I've always been someone who, as I said, loves aesthetics, and that just doesn't apply to me. It applies to literally everything. So I was one of the first people who had like a really nice custom made by myself, of course, overlay, because previously in my modeling career, I was also a picture editor, like a Photoshop guru person, self-taught, and I was also decent at CSS and like HTML and website design bullshit, just a little bit because of MySpace, because back in the day, I didn't like the constraints of the like MySpace backgrounds and stuff. I wanted to create my own. So I've always been the kind of person that has to have everything customized and exactly the way I wanted it. So I threw myself into having a Twitch channel, which I really enjoyed. I think my first stream, I was trying Mists of Pandaria. There might have been a stream before that where I was just playing StarCraft, but what I did is I would play 1v1 or 2v2 StarCraft, and I would also like play other games occasionally, and I would play with friends, and I would just sit and I would chill. In between StarCraft games, I would like chat with the viewers and stuff, and this was back before any kind of thottery or like Twitch hoes or anything. Pretty much the only other girl I knew of that was on Twitch before me, her name was Mia Rose, and she's like an ex-porn star who I believe still does Twitch, but she was great. You guys should follow her. I'll post her link down in the description. She was very helpful when setting up my Twitch. And this was before there was a partnership. This was before you could like make money off of ads. And then they like quickly after that, I think they started the partner program. And then they allowed donations, or like people made things and ways to take donations where like things would pop up on the screen. This was all before all of that in 2011, 2012. So that's basically what I did for a while. I did that, and then I did some modeling only in my hometown. Let me talk real quick, just like real quick, about the things that I hated about modeling. First of all, like everyone was vapid and vain and trying to sell you things. Personally, I never encountered anyone who tried to take advantage of me, like sexually. There was that like really weird shoot that I lied about for a while where I said I'd never done nude modeling, or I'd never had any nude modeling released, and then I said it wasn't me. I'll post a link to that down in the description. It's called Exposing Myself or whatever. That was a creepy shoot, but I didn't feel like I was sexually taken advantage of or whatever. It just really felt like not my thing. I could totally understand if that's like how the adult industry is. It's just for me, it felt really ugh. And there were people who would try to take advantage of my brand or try to kind of appropriate my brand. Like there were people who wanted me to sell away the rights to my name in order to make a site. I have a lot of stories that if my memory was better, I would be able to tell you so many stories from the modeling industry. But for the most part, I was smart about it. And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, because I was smarter. Like I always brought Jay as my assistant, and when he came as my assistant, he never got any bad like reviews or anything because he was always 100% professional. Even though in the beginning of my modeling career, I think we were still dating, he was never like the jealous boyfriend type, and I never allowed him, or he never allowed himself to be unprofessional at my shoots. So I actually had someone come with me and just kind of help the photographer be kind of like an assistant and like bring my bags in, because I would bring all of my own stuff, all of my own makeup, all of my own clothing. And that's another thing I didn't like. I didn't like the wardrobe designers and the makeup artists that I worked with. I feel like I'm the only person who could do like really nice makeup on my face. Every time someone else has done it, even though they've worked with Playboy Playmates and the shoots came out nice, I've just never liked how anyone does my makeup. I feel like I knew what I wanted to accentuate on my face and how I wanted everything to look. I just didn't like it. So aside from the makeup, it was always me working for someone else's vision, you know? So unless I was paying for the shoot, or unless I wasn't getting paid for the shoot doing trade work, it was never like my passions. There was only like 1 or 2 times where I actually controlled everything in the shoot, and I have like full blown up pictures, posters of those things because I'm so proud of them. One of which is the one where I do the plastic surgery on the face with the dotted lines. I'll post that right here. But yeah, that's basically what I did. I tried to increase my 1v1 StarCraft rank. This is actually around the time that I met Cold and Red, my editor. So this is kind of like a walk down memory lane for you guys or whatever. But at this point, I was just kind of a watcher of YouTube. I would post on my first channel, which will soon become my gaming channel. I would just post like random stuff for about a year. I think this went on a year or year and a half. I think in 2013, I created my second channel, my vlog channel, which is currently the bigger channel today. But I was mostly just someone who would stream on Twitch as much as I possibly could. Then I would upload the entire uncut VODs onto my gaming channel and just like leave them there. And if you go to the oldest videos on my gaming channel, you will see that it's just me making faces. One video of me being on G4's Attack of the Show back when that was a thing. I was the #1 woman of the web during one of the weeks, which is really cool. I'll post a clip to that here.
And ruling the web this week is Babcock. IGN glorified the gamer girl's love of Super Mario and Sega CD.
But anyway, the point is I never really made content tailor-made to YouTube, really. When I did, it was few and far between, and it was just like random gaming stuff, because then all I wanted to do with my career or whatever was gaming stuff. Twitch stuff, basically. And on Twitch, I was pretty successful. If you watch my streams now, you'll see that I get between like 70 viewers and like 250 to 300 viewers on a good day. So it's kind of like I only have like 100 viewers, 100 concurrent. Nowadays, I actually have more streaming on YouTube when I never stream on YouTube than I do on my Twitch channel because my YouTube channel's gotten so big. But before, previously, back in the StarCraft days, I would get like an average of 300 to 500 viewers. And then some days I would have like 1,000 to, I think the most I've ever had is 3,600 viewers at a time, which was cool, but it wasn't sustainable for me because I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to sit and do something for 8 hours on end. I would rather do this process where I can do little snippets of it, you know, like film the video, edit the video, put stuff up, and that can be done on 2 different days with a lot of breaks in between. And with streaming, it's not really like that. So as much as I love streaming, for me, I wanted that to be kind of on the back burner once I started making YouTube videos. But the reason that I started a second channel was because when I was working for Zoomin Games, which is kind of a thing I skipped over, they basically just reached out to me and said, hey, you're a hot girl and we like hot girls and you love games and it's clear that you truly love games and we need a host. Our old host didn't actually really know anything about video games. She was just a pretty face. This time we want to try someone who might have more longevity and actually know what she's talking about a little bit more. Not that the last girl was bad or anything, it's just that she wasn't really a gamer before, and I was. I had the gaming channel and all that stuff in the Twitch stream. So I started working for Zoomin Games. I would make a video in front of a green screen. All right, gamers of all lengths and girths, it's time for Tara's top 5 games of 2014. And then I went to E3 with them.
Hi, I'm Tara Babcock here for Zoomin.tv Games, and I am here with the wonderfully lovely Jessica Nigri. Hey guys, my name is Tara Babcock. I'm here for Zoomin.tv Games, and we just got out of the Xbox conference for E3, which was amazing.
During E3, it's not a mystery anymore, I hooked up with at an after party. Which after party was it? It was, I don't remember which after party. I'm sure it'll come to me as soon as I stop this video. But I hooked up with Toby Turner. Toby is very key in making me start the second channel, because if you watch the first couple videos of my second channel, it's literally like old Toby Turner vlogs.
Holy fucking shit, guys. So, my roommate and I, we watched through whole series of, like, TV shows and stuff, and currently we're watching The Office, and we're in season 8, and I see this thumbnail for the next, episode. Let's see if I can show you.
And I was like, fuck man, he has 3 channels, he's doing really well, why don't I just start a vlog channel? I have a bunch of ideas that I want to talk about. I love talking philosophy and psychology, and I want to get better at actually being a good speaker and being able to articulate better and not hate my voice as much. So I just started the channel. And it was just like me with my camera phone laying on the floor. Instead of going out like most of the Toby vlogs, they have like a specific subject centered around them, like look at this thing while I'm out, or look at this new thing I'm working on my other channel. For me, it was more about me just staying at home and like talking to the camera about things that I was thinking in that day and just being completely open and honest with it.
But yeah, what else? Today I'm gonna go out to eat with my roommate, then I'm gonna go grocery shopping because I really need to get all those things I just mentioned, plus food. We have 0 food.
Kind of like a video journal diary thing, but more like I'm talking to you guys as friends. But that's kind of why I got into YouTube, because someone in the gaming industry believed in me and thought that I would shine with my own platform, and then someone else on the YouTube platform thought that I would shine having my own different kind of content that wasn't gaming. And I don't know, I never really thought about it like that. I never really thought about it like that it wasn't 100% my doing. Like, they didn't help me in any way. Like, Toby actually didn't get me any like viewers, and we kept ourselves on the down low until I had to like stick up for him for that thing we shall not name from that Voldemort we shall not mention. I did everything myself, but it was the nudge from people who were in my corner, and especially Jay. Obviously Jay was instrumental in facilitating it, but I needed that push from someone who's already in the industry, and I don't know why. I mean, I guess in 2013 and in 2009, I wasn't as confident in myself and my ability to sell myself, I guess, and just be myself and let that sell me as I am now. Because now, if I ever like saw a different platform or something, I would definitely just jump on it without anyone needing to tell me. But when I was much younger, even though I was like all like naked in front, like I was one of those people, one of those models, and there are a lot of models that are not like this, that are posing like fully nude, like even porn stars probably not porn stars, but like I knew a lot of like nude or semi-nude models that would like when they're shooting, they're like, oh my god, like let me go, oh my god. I was running around naked like the entire time. Even though I wasn't shooting nude, I was running around nude. So I was always confident, but I wasn't ever I feel like this is still a problem that I have today. If I want to undertake something, like when I wanted to be a commentator, an esports commentator, I would always feel like I was probably just going to coast forward on my looks, and I didn't like that. I don't really care if people generally think that I'm coasting on my looks, as long as I don't feel like I am. And one of the reasons that I didn't go to the one casting job that I got in China, which was gonna be a big, huge thing, other than the fact that the game they wanted me to cast I'd never played before. I forget what it's called. It was some first-person shooter that's not even popular anywhere but in China, and they wanted me to just learn the game and commentate it, and they're like, oh, you'll be fine, it's in China. One of the reasons I didn't do that was because I didn't feel like I was prepared enough, and I felt like if I did it, and anyone said, Tara's just coasting, she just got that job because of her looks or her gender or something, I would be like, you are 100% right. And that's why I hate so much the affirmative action for like more women in video games, more women in commentator positions. We need to push more women to be pro gamers. Like, unless they are legit pro gamers in their own right, or unless there's some kind of marketing key, there's no reason for them to be there. And I don't think it's a big deal to like hire some shittier female pro gamers or whatever just because you know it'll bring in the viewers, because men love women and because they are generally good at the game, just not as good as the male gamers. By the way, I don't think that's 100% because of ability. I think it's because of the opportunities that women have in society. Social opportunities that lead them away from doing things like video games obsessively to the point where you can be a good pro gamer. But where was I? Yeah, I just have this complex where unless I feel like I am actually bringing something to the table that has nothing to do with my looks and my looks are just a plus, I feel uncomfortable doing it. And that's how I felt trying to be in a speaking position on my own vlog channel or trying to play video games for viewers. It was just like, yeah, sure, I will bring in initial viewers because I have the looks, but can I keep them with my own merits and personality? And I think, yes, that is the case. In fact, I think I drive away a lot of potential audience members who would watch me because they kind of just think I'm a random bimbo and don't give me a chance. So it actually kind of hurts me, but I'm not willing to sacrifice my aesthetic or what I want to do with my life and what makes me comfortable for anyone else's happiness or to make them watch me more. Which is again going back to why I'm not the greatest capitalist. I just kind of want to do whatever I'm passionate about and hope that you guys find some passion in that as well and enjoy watching me speak. So yeah, here we are, like 3 or 4 years in, I think, to me having a YouTube channel. I have come so fucking far. I am so proud of what I've done and I'm so proud of the small niche audience that I have here. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Any trying to show it in my face is just gonna look fake because I'm not good at that kind of thing. I'm not good at displaying emotions or being mushy or anything like that, but I really do appreciate you allowing me to just slowly come to the conclusion of what I want to do with my life, because there's nothing I would rather be doing right now than creating content for you and streaming on Twitch still when I have some time. I will post the links to my gaming channel that I talked about and my Twitch channel that I talked about, and I will have little snippets of the things that I talked about in the footage in this video. Hopefully Red doesn't just like cut everything I set out and skip that, because sometimes when he's short on time he does that. Shame on you, Red. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Was it what you thought it was gonna be? How long have you guys been following me? Has it been 1 or 2 years, or has it been since I only had the gaming channel? Did you start following me on Twitch because of Zoom in Games, because of my modeling career, on MySpace? Are you a friend from high school that's just now checking in on what Tara Babcock is up to? Let me know in the comment section. I love you so much either way, and I will see you in the next video. I would go brrrp, but the camera's really far away because I'm, again, using my wide lens. Wide Tara lens, not wide angle lens. Bye, guys.